message is to inspire you, motivate you to be the best you that you can be. Reach deep into yourself. You got this. Failure does not exist in a positive mind. Stay optimistic.
Peace and greetings be upon you. This is the Inspiration Show, episode 11, dealing with education. What I want to cover here today is basically giving you a couple of key pointers and some things that you can look for into embarking on a great education to aid further in succeeding in careers or just making yourself more marketable. Now, it all starts in a classroom, of course. As a little kid, you're in these classrooms being taught the beginning parts of life. Your teacher pretty much starts out as your hero. And in many ways, they are. Myself, I remember, I'm in my 40s now, and I remember my first teachers and things of that nature. They were my heroes. I had great teachers all through my life, starting from a small child all the way up to college. I can count teachers who were not informative or didn't actually show the love for instructing and educating on one hand, probably. I really had good teachers. My daughters, same thing. They went through basically some great instructors, great educators through their life so far. My youngest daughter, she's 9 years old, and she thinks the world of her teacher. She teaches her hero, basically, or one of her heroes. She's always talking great about her. And not just her, she spoke great of her teachers even before her. So, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be a good teacher. But it's definitely necessary. But sadly, things take a spin for the worse, or turn for the worse, when you get into college and continuing education and things like that of that nature, because that's when you got to start paying for your education if you want to continue and further your education. And it's deeper than just some simple math, simple addition, simple subtraction, simple multiplication, dividing. It goes way deeper than that. It goes into your pocket because everybody doesn't have it like that. Everybody doesn't have money to spend to go to college and things like that. But unfortunately, if you want to get a well-paying job and you don't have the money or the mental savvy to get yourself get into the right direction, you're gonna have to go to school and get all of that stuff. Myself, I only have an associate's degree. I say only because I know that there's more out there. But there's people who don't even have that. There's people who don't have a high school diploma or even a GED. And with that said, I'm not going to tell you run out here and go to school for half your life. I'm going to say do what's best for you and as it suits you. Because it may not suit you to have a doctorate. I mean, if you're going to have a doctorate, have it for some sort of reason, of course. Because what's the use of having a doctorate if you're not going to be a doctor of education or the medical doctor who just running around here with a doctorate? You got to be a doctorate of something. So, I would say just get the education as it pertains to the career you're pursuing. If you're trying to be a lawyer, you already know the steps. You got to go get your go through the bar exam and all these other things like that. Teacher, I believe a master's in whatever field it may be that you're teaching. I guess if you're an English teacher, you would pursue the route of English. Math teacher, pursue more of an accountant, mathematical type background. And I think there's also a general teacher that kind of teaches a little bit of everything. I don't know which one is the hardest. that's something that maybe I'd like some more feedback on for somebody who's an educator out there or that knows that. What would be the hardest to obtain? Is it the general teacher as the regular teacher we know of, or is it the specialized teachers like like the math teacher, your social studies teacher, your career finance teachers, people like that. Gym teacher, I believe, is just basically you probably go to school the same way a personal trainer would. Learning about the body, learning about fitness, things like that. I believe that's the way or the route that gym teacher goes. Probably one of the easiest, maybe. I don't want to call it easy. Maybe the most one of the most rewarding, because you probably have more fun than the other teachers who had to actually set up full curriculums and do a lot of writing and stuff like that. Whereas gym teacher, you're kind of instructing the kids how to have fun and how to be better sociably, because they're playing team sports and things like that. So learning about teamwork, hopefully learning about winning and losing, because it's not all about winning all the time. You're going to lose sometimes, but you got to learn how to get over a loss in, how do I say this? One thing I'll say with my experience with that, I played some sports, never professionally. I wasn't even on any school teams. Played a little bit, mostly in the streets. Played a little street ball. But I had this one thing about me that drove me. I wasn't the greatest athlete. I wasn't even second best on the teams I played for. But I'll tell you this, one thing I had that was my drive, always, was I didn't mind losing, but it had to be with a winning effort. Meaning that if we're going to lose, at least know that the team gave its all. I think it's disgusting to lose and not give everything you got. You don't want to lose and then later on be like, you know what, I could have did this better or I could have did that better. At least you say we lost because the other team was just better that day. That's why we lost, not because we beat ourselves basically and that's why they won. You don't want it to be like that. Now back to education. Watch school loans. I don't think you should try to take out a school loan if it's not necessary. And what I mean by absolutely necessary, I mean go for all of the free platforms you can access. Try to get scholarships, grants, financial aid if you have to. Exhaust everything you can exhaust that's free. Exhaust all of that before running out here for a college loan. It's expensive, and in some cases it may even be unnecessary, and just have you deeper and deeper in debt and burden. Imagine being, I don't even put an age on. Imagine being completed school, and now you're stepping into your career thinking you're going to make all this money, but the first 3, 4 to 5 years, you're just paying back loans because you just put yourself so much in debt thinking you're going to make all this money, or assuming I'm going to make all this money, I'm going to pay it right off. And it doesn't work like that. It really doesn't. It doesn't always work that way. My loan was about, I think, $30,000 or more. All about that. Somewhere around it. Definitely $30,000, maybe a little bit more. But I didn't pay my loan off right away. Actually, I just so happened I was sort of lucky that when my last year of college, my last year of getting my associate's degree, I was actually employed. But I still didn't pay off my college loan until several years later. Maybe like 5 years later is when I actually paid it off in full by then. Because you got to think, you got other bills going on. Your other bills don't stop because you got a college loan. You got to pay everything. And For the most part, these people don't care what you got to go through to pay whatever you got to pay. All they know is that bill is due, and that's it. When that little computer voice comes across your answer machine, it's not asking what's your financial situation or if you have something to eat in your house or you got gas in your car, because it can care less. They just want that money. And that goes for all your bills. All the bill collectors they have the same agenda when it comes to that. They want to get paid. They don't care how you pay it, they just want it. And that's it. Nothing more to it. So at all costs, please avoid the school loans if you can. Try to seek out grants, scholarships, and financial aid. If you're a veteran, you have another advantage that I didn't mention besides the other ones. If you're a veteran, seek out going to school through using your GI Bill, or they have another thing came out not long ago called a 9/11 something bill. It's like basically if you served during the time of 9/11, don't quote me on it, but I believe you can go to school free. If you were in the military, not even mattering what branch. Doesn't matter if it's Army, Navy, whatever branch of the military, you are entitled to this benefit. Like I said, don't quote me on it. Look it up. Do your research. VA.gov, I believe, or something like that. Just look up one of those websites. Make sure it's an official website. And if you don't really feel like going through all that, just go to your VA. Go to your local VA and talk to a rep about it. And they should definitely be able to explain everything to you. But that's an entitlement. You can go to school for free. Get your degree. I recommend going to a school that is that recognizes that, the GI Bill or whatever bill for the military, because you don't want to go to a school that that's going to try to coerce you into coming out of your pocket, spending more money. You want to be one of these heroes you see here before you. Yeah, I mean, I'm calling them heroes. I don't know what they went through to get to where they're at, but what they've done already, I could tell. I know what through the picture here, what they've done to be heroes. But besides that, you get your just due. If you was if you were military, you went through a lot. So it's automatic to get now your just due and get the government to pay you back for your service. My personal view on education as far as college, I believe college should be free. I don't think people should pay for college. I think you should pay only if maybe you're trying to go to a certain, get a certain degree. If you're trying to be a doctor, lawyer, I think those should stay the same. But if you're just getting a basic master's, bachelor's, I don't think that should be so much money like that. School is really ridiculous with all that. It's a lot of money. So you got to use every option available, whatever you have that can keep you from taking out loans. Research those scholarships. There's so many scholarships out there. There are scholarships just for living almost. You'd be surprised what you can find as scholarships. For a scholarship, I mean. You'd be surprised. There's some scholarships that are available to people just because of where they live. Some just for being black. Or just for being maybe a single only child. There's all types of stuff out there. You gotta research it and find it. You will be surprised what you find. And maybe you might not find a scholarship that pays 100% of your tuition, but even if it only pays 15, 30% of it, it's still saving you some money. You don't want to go out here and take on that college loan money, that college loan tuition raw, meaning just straight money from your pocket. Unless you rich like that, then hey, more power to you. But I'm gonna tell you, even the rich don't want to spend their money. So that should tell you something. They're rich for a reason. They're not rich because they're stupid. So don't go out there spending your money unnecessarily for just because you feel like I don't know, hey, like you want to or something. So I'm gonna say, be wise. Be wise not only in spending, be wise in the decisions that you're making for these schools. You don't have to go to Yale. You don't have to go to Harvard. But go to the school that provides the best instruction and the best education in the path that you're trying to achieve. For instance, if you're trying to be a police officer, well, right now I think only requirement is just maybe like a high school diploma. No, actually, you do have to have some college credits. But how long do you think that's going to remain like that? Somewhere down the line, they're going to want more out of you. Pay attention to what's going on. These jobs are asking for more and more out of people, but they're not upping that money. They're giving you the same money and asking for more results. Look at what's changing with security guards. Security guards' jobs are pretty much the same type of job, but it's been that way for over 20 years. And I can say that because I've been a security guard before, and the job itself has not changed. But what has changed is what they want out of you. Now, they want you to have a security guard license. I don't know how many years that's been in play, but I was a security guard back in maybe about 2002 or 3. I know that's many years ago, but before that, it was the same situation. You didn't need a license to be a security guard. Now they want you to have a license. You got to keep it updated. You got to get fingerprinting, all this stuff for the license. And that's not even an armed guard. That's a regular security guard. A plain old security guard just doing his patrols and things like that. It's crazy. But your mission is to get to this. You want that piece of paper that nobody can take from you. You want to be a graduate. You want to gain something that no one could ever take from you. Yes, I might only have a associate's degree, but nobody could ever take it from me. They can't, no matter what. I have that. That's mine. If you get a skill, you learn how to be a barber. You learn how to be a hairstylist. You learn how to be a tattoo artist. Those are skills that no one can take from you. It's yours. No one can take that from you. You go out here and get you master's degree, doctorate, bachelor's degree. Nobody can take that from you. It's something that you have forever. I mean, besides that paperwork, I would say a skill is definitely another addition to have. Try to obtain a skill. If I had things to do all over again, I wouldn't try to do it now, but I would probably try to be a barber or something that I know that no one could take from me. Obtain a skill that I can use anytime. Or even think about martial arts instructors. Nobody can take their skill away from them. They'll always have that. And by you having your skill, you always have work. For the most part. Even if you can't actually open up a storefront to conduct your business, at least you could be in the park, get a couple of people together and be teaching them right there outside. And then when you get enough money, then you go open up your little storefront and have your martial arts school. I mean, this is the whole basis of everything anyway. Your goal should never be to work for anybody. Your goal should be to use what skills you have to make your skills make you money. Your money should make you money, not you work to make money. And right here be a proud moment for you. Graduating, even though you can't see people's faces, they're probably, every last person in this picture is probably smiling because they've achieved something that some people dream of, and they've achieved a major goal in their life just through this graduating. There's nothing that beats the feeling of accomplishment. Nothing on this earth. There's nothing like winning. And this is definitely winning right here. Also, take consideration maybe being a foreign exchange student. I never thought about it myself, but if you have the means to do it, give it a try. But investigate and research. Don't go out here blind. Never go out here blind. That's a no-no. Whatever you do, always research it and investigate it. Don't take my word or anybody else's word for it. Investigate it. Look it up. People will tell you anything. And I'm just saying that as people because I'm not on here to mislead anybody. I'm the opposition against all that stuff. Because I've been there. I've been lied to and misled on things. And instead of going out here and trying to do it to other people, I'm being different and saving someone else that pain. So definitely, this is what you do is research and investigate. Cost you nothing for that. It could cost you pain in the future if you don't do it. So being that it's no cost to do it, I would say it's cost effective and necessary for you to do that. Funny thing about it is this is actually my second taping of this show right here. The first set of this show that I taped, I lost it. Got damaged somehow. I couldn't put it out. But I think this one here is just as informative. And I was able to still get to the points that I wanted to get to. Hopefully I've made enough points that set you straight on any doubts you may have about education or what have you. Oh, by the way, important website, www.ef.edu. That website will aid you on foreign exchange student information. It's imperative if you want to be FBI or things like that. You already have one language coming onto the job in addition to whatever language they teach you. Now, if you already speak Spanish and most likely speak English, you got two languages already before you even touch school. So you got those two. I would just go out there and maybe learn a third language then, maybe German or something. So now imagine you go to the FBI already knowing three languages, and they're gonna teach you another language. So then you'd have four languages. You know how marketable you be? Even if you go to FBI and don't make it, somebody gonna hire you. For sure. You'll get a job, no problem. And that's the key. Make yourself as marketable as possible. You want to get all out of this life that you can. You want to make as much money as you can to be comfortable. Everybody can't be rich, but you can be comfortable. And that's really what we're aiming at, is to be comfortable, being able to provide for our families, raise our children, with the least amount of pain and pressure as possible. So you don't want to be out here struggling. If you don't, I ain't even gonna say if you don't have to, but you want to eliminate as much of that as you can. You should never strive to be anything but the best. Even if you don't be the best, you get close enough. That's my time. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe.